It makes him nervous. We want him nervous, but then he won't misbehave. Right, David said first thing to do is open it up to the audience. We're going to talk a little bit about pigeon shooting, talk about other things we know from Andy. Have any of you got any questions for Mr. Crow? We've seen his hands going up. We've got, yes, there's one in the audience. I'm going to go straight to you, sir.
With the rise of veganism, with soon we have to be shooting more pigeons, do you think they realise this and they could cut them off?
Right, the rise in veganism. Do you think they realise? We asked this straight up. We had this yesterday. We asked this question yesterday. Do you think that the crops you grow that they'll be put off from eating those crops if they knew how many pigeons you shot?
I don't think it'd make any difference.
What, to the vegans? So if you said to the vegans, great news guys, every packet of cornflakes you eat there's a dead pigeon in the bottom of it, they wouldn't bother them.
It'd bother if I knew we shoot them.
So it would bother them. Yeah. Do you think we should be telling them that kind of thing?
I think they know, they just ignore it.
They just ignore it. Do you think we should be telling people that kind of thing?
I think we should, just to realise how contradiction their lifestyle is, or how we seem to be bad because we like to eat meat, but actually animals are still being killed for their non-meaty foods.
Quick show of hands. Who thinks we should tell the vegans how many pigeons we shoot? Yeah, I think we've got a majority there, right? Crow, you're our spokesman. Another question. Anybody else from the audience? Any other hands go up? Yeah, one down here. Somerset Hunters, my hometown in Wellington.
Hello, yeah. I've noticed when I watch you on TV that when you shoot, you close your right eye. Left eye. Close your left eye. Yeah. How do you find that helps with sort of your depth perception? Because I have to close one eye as well.
When I started off a little younger, most of it was done with air rifle shooting. So that's where I shut one eye when I was using air rifle. It just went on from there really. I had both eyes open right up to the last second just before I shoot. I'll just shut it, I'll get the lead, shut it for the last millisecond and that's it. And it's something I've always done. So, no, they're both the same, but I always shut the left eye. So that's probably why I can't hit anything.
And I didn't know he was doing that until I put a GoPro looking back on his shotgun looking back, and then suddenly it's just like, when you close your eyes, it's like, what's that about? That was a bit of a revelation. I think a lot of people did.
So I'm opposite eye dominant.
Right.
I tried shooting off the left shoulder and I can't. So I have to close my left eye the same as well, just like all the triggers.
I can shoot with a rifle with both eyes open, bolted game and that. I'll shoot with both eyes open, not a problem. Like when I'm using the shot, the aim cam, and I'll keep both eyes open then. But for a shotgun, I always shut one eye.
Can I ask how many people actually pigeon shoot here? Okay. How many people actually have started in the last sort of 5 years, or is it something really? So you're new to it. Do you find what he does educational? Okay. What about the guys that are experienced? Do you find what Andy does educational? Do we need to do more? Do we need to go back to basics at all? Do you think? Put your hands up if you feel we need to go back and sort of do more patterning and sort of restart from scratch.
Anybody bored of Crow? Anybody want to see less of him? Yes! There we go. Exactly. Got to keep him in his place. It's very important. Do we get a lot of comments about the one eye close thing?
Well, it's a massive debate. We did that film with Nick Penn year before last about how you cannot shoot accurately with one eye closed. You can't do it. But then you've got the likes of Dave Carey, you've got the likes of yourself.
What about Dave Carey? He's only got one eye. And I wouldn't want to be stuck behind him on a social basis.
Yeah.
And the Nick Penn film's not really a debate, it's more of an argument, isn't it? It's people shouting in the comment section about it, saying, that can't be true. No, it is true.
Totally.
So nobody has ever kind of hauled you up the playground and said you cannot shoot like that?
Oh, I've had other people mention it, yeah. How do you shoot with one eye shut? So it's something I've always done. I've done it 40 plus years. I'm not going to stop doing it now.
Old dogs and new tricks.
That's right.
All right, pigeon shooting. Would you be happy doing a whole lot more basic stuff? And we're always trying, I know you two, when you're filming together, are always trying to kind of extend it a bit and come up with new stuff. But would you like to do that?
I'll do whatever anyone wants. But the first thing we've got to sort
You're not that, sorry. You don't do whatever everybody wants at all. You're not there.
Hold on a minute. It's bad enough trying to get you there. But yeah, if Davey does turn up, I'll do what? If people either write in or whatever to you, or message you what they want me to show.
What I've wanted to do for ages is retro crow. I want him in Jack Pike sort of flared collars, flares, but I want you to go back to what you used with your grandfather. So bits of pipe, plimsolls, that type of thing, and see if it works. Because retro crow is a great title anyway. But what did you start with? What were you using?
Well, I didn't have all the freebies that I get now. So all the decoys and most of the stuff I had, it was either made out of old Wellington boots, drainage, drain pipes, just painted up, all hand painted. Because we didn't have the money when I was a kid, so I ain't got the money now. But yeah, so it was all, most of it was homemade stuff, so but that's what Dave wants us to do, go back to that.
Some people say it's harder to fool your modern pigeon. What do you think?
I don't know, if you do your homework, it's not. If a pigeon's not coming in, you change what you got. If you've got a word out there, you like it today, you won't like it tomorrow. So you don't use that. So they start showing off. There's something out there wrong. So it's just changes. It's people they keep the same setup. They just keep it worked last time, it'll work this time. It doesn't always work like that. It depends how hard the pigeons have been shot. If they didn't hit hard, they're harder to decoy. And that's how it is. Like I say, they come in one day to one setup, they won't come in the following day.
Someone asked earlier, do you ever blank?
I can honestly say I've never blanked. People think I go out and get 100 birds every day, I go out, I don't. I'll get 10s, 20s, try and pick birds off of fields. But most of the time, because I'm working and getting days off and getting you up to do either a film or doing something for the magazine, I need to have a decent day for a magazine article, and I need to have a decent day for a film. There's no point David coming up and seeing me shoot 2 pigeons and that's it. So I leave pigeons, and not to do damage, but I leave pigeons as long as I can before I shoot them. I'll soon go out there and shoot. It's better for me to go out and shoot 100, 150 is go out there and shoot 10 today and go out in 3 days time and shoot another 10. I'm better off going out and have one big day. And that's how it works.
You do have the advantage of cramming an afternoon's sport into a 5 minutes item, don't you? So it looks like there's a lot more action than there probably really is. Or is that just David missing all those shots?
Well, the thing, it's such a challenge for you to be on it, me to be on it. But I've got better because I know which bird you're going to go for. So that's made it a hell of a lot easier for us to get what we do.
It's definitely made it a lot easier. It's like when I have a big day. There's days there when I'm having a big day, I know there's going to be a big day, say 100, 200 plus. I know I'm going to have that, but if Dave is there, nothing against David, I'm there performing really, because I want to get a good show out of it. So sometimes I'll have pigeons coming into the decoys, and I know where those pigeons are that are on the decoys, I know where they are. So I've got another one that I want to shoot, so I want to shoot the furthest one first, the ones on the decoys, I want to leave that and have that as that goes out. And 9 times out of 10 what happens, David's following the one that I'm going to shoot first. That one there has had enough and he's gone, and David's not quite on this one, and I'm going, are you on it, you on it, you on it, and he go, yeah, and I shoot it, and then that one's gone, so then it cost me birds.
I say no. And I say no.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's a lot to ask actually, because Andy's had a number of guns over the time that we've been filming, so you've made guns that fit you, but so it's a lot to ask, because people will stick with one gun for a lifetime.
Yeah, they will. I always say stick to the same gun, but like you're saying, I'll have, at the early days when David was filming, I'd have one gun one day, and then a month later I'd have another gun, and you can't get used to it. But the gun I've got now, I've had it fitted, it fits me, it's almost there. It was about another 2 mil off the stock and it'll be there, so, but yeah, it's fitting me, and I'm shooting really well at the moment.
Is there swearing, David, at the editing stage? Do you have to cut out a lot of swearing?
There was swearing up here yesterday.
Yeah.
There is. I don't know if you've spoken to Crow off stage, but it's colourful. Let's put it that way. But no, it's a family show, and we've always maintained it's a family show. So you do behave yourself, but you've got to. It's when you get cross with yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, let's ask another question. Has anyone else got another question for Crow? Any hands in the air? Can I go on holiday, please? Says Mrs. Crow.
What was that?
Can I go on holiday, please?
Of course you can. Take her.
Can we have an R for Mrs. Crow?
Can I just say that Michelle does get upset. I mean, the earphones or the Varios that we talked about the other day to keep you from Yeah.
No.
I mean,
Crow was
do you get
talking
any,
about...
do you get any grief for that?
I've got another grief.
You can hear it.
Talking about barriers, that's terrible. Right. Anybody else got any questions? There's Meredith here. Can I see Meredith anywhere in the back? There you do. There you are. Have you got any foul Instagram questions like that?
We had one yesterday on Twitter.
Yeah, hang on a sec.
Yes. George Digweed.
Whoa. Oh, do you know what it is?
Yeah, George
Hold on for a
Digweed
second.
asked, where does your talent come from?
I think you might be pulling your leg. Where did it start? It was your grandfather mentored you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I started off with my granddad. It started off with my granddad. I started going grammar with my granddad when I was about 5 and just worked up from there really. I got 410 when I was about 7, 8, I got that. And,
Was it one of those situations where you're given a gun but not actually having loaded? You've just got to
yeah,
carry it.
right. I had to go for probably a year, 18 months before they give me any cartridges, just for the safety thing really. And it wasn't until they could see that I was safe that they'd give me a cartridge, and it just worked from there really. It just went on and on.
How long did you have an unloaded gun for?
Probably about a year to 18 months. I just used to walk around with it, and if I did anything that was untoward, I used to get a good bang on the back of the head. So, and,
A full year? That must have been really frustrating.
yeah, it was frustrating because my granddad and my uncle were shooting, and I'd be sitting there and they'd be watching me, and it was good. It was close to 18 months before I had a cartridge, and I could take you within about 5 yards, a 5 yard square where I shot the first rabbit. I could take you there.
So when you had the gun broken the whole time?
Yeah, the whole time.
And you sit there, this would be pigeon shooting or would it be pheasant shooting?
Whatever I was doing, pigeon shooting. We used to do a lot of rough shooting, so. But yeah, I have to walk with it broken, get over the fences, everything had to be safe, and that's how it was. Yeah.
Do you ever see people doing that today? Do you ever see kids out in the field with a broken gun today like that?
I see people, older people doing things that they shouldn't be doing, but youngsters do. The adults do keep on top of youngsters more.
No, what I mean is, do you see kids being told to walk around with a broken empty gun for a year like you had to do?
No, never.
And do you think you should see that? Would it be a good thing? Would it work for you?
I'd say maybe not that long, but my granddad and my uncle were a bit strict, I can tell you. Yeah, I've had a few bangs on the back of the head all the time. That explains everything.
Does anybody else here have to do that? 6 months kind of service with an empty gun, a couple of nods, a couple of shakes. Not many. Okay, I've got another question here from Ben Socket. Hi Andy, what would be your pick for a beginner's stalking, he says fixing, I think it means foxing 243 outfit. Stalking, foxing, 243 outfit. Love your stalking and pigeon films on Fieldsports channel.
I don't think the sponsors are going to like it, but I'd go for probably a Bruno.
A Bruno,
Yeah.
Bruno. And that would be
A CZ, that's what I'll go for.
243, and that's because, that you're talking about a rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to hate you for that.
I know.
Why
That's the
would,
thing with me. I'll tell you how it is.
and they're good. It's good value. Why
it
would you
is.
go for a Bruno?
They're bomb-proof. Good. It's just a good all-round rifle.
Have we got to a stage with rifle making where they are of a quality now that you're not choosing on whether it's going to go wrong or not. You're also choosing on whether you like it or not.
That's right. That's what it's down to. It depends on your budget, what you like. But I had a Bruno, that's where I started, and they're bomb-proof.
So it's nostalgia, really.
Yeah, there it is.
And what sort of scope would you put on top of it? Would you go for expensive or cheap?
That's where I spend my money. I'll go for a cheap rifle, expensive scope. Because the rifle's only going to be as good as a scope that's sitting on the top of it. That's how I was taught, and it's always worked for me. So spend a bit of money for what's sitting on top of it.
And tell me about your stalking, because if you listen, if you watch Fieldsports channel, you think that the only deer we have in the country is a fallow, because that's what you've got. Where I live in the Somerset, we don't have any fallow at all.
We've got a few roe deer, but I don't shoot the roe deer. Native breeds, I like having them around the farm. They don't do me any problems. That's the roe deer, but the fallow, they are a big problem. We can get up to 130 in a field of wheat, and they do a lot of damage. But we do hammer them. I shoot more the last few years I've shot more fallow deer than I've shot rabbits. So, well, it's true, you know, we shot 22 rabbits a few weeks back, and what did we shoot last year? We probably shot 50 rabbits last year. When I used to shoot anywhere between 4.5 and 5 kilos of rabbits a year. It's just not happening now.
Not happening at the moment. David, what would you prefer to film Andy doing? What's your favourite film with Andy? Kind of film?
Pigeons.
It totally depends whether I'm going to get some of it at the end of the day. So, but no, I
What
don't.
might he get something then?
Yeah, because I get to take it home. There's been moments when I thought it was going to be a cabbage white, and that was going to be about it. But no, we've pigeons mainly. It's just it's challenging for me, but we haven't had a lot of luck with the fallow. We've done some.
We've had a few, but usually the fallow, they come out right in the last knockings, and they come out right in the last knocking, David, because he's got a cheap camera.
Is it a Brno camera?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
You got Brno.
If you had a Plaza camera, it'd be fine, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if I don't run over it, it'd be even better.
Yeah, crow.
Another story.
Yeah. 3 months ago.
Yeah, we've been out. I've been pigeon shooting, and David said, I need a show for Wednesday. And he went there filming the pigeons, so they said, could we do some fallow tonight? And I knew I got some fallow coming to a field, so I was...
Like a lollipop.
David's been a bit of a pain, so I rushed back to the farm, got out, put up the high seat. First one come out, nailed the second one, rushed back to the farm, got it all out. David left the camera on the real arch of the JCB. Yeah. $3 later.
I remember that was expensive. Yes.
Yeah,
It was expensive. It was. The thing is, you asked me to move the Polaris.
He was
and
trying to make it your fault,
Well,
David.
no, the thing
Don't
is,
accept it.
he just clipped it. And I thought it was going to be fine, but it wasn't. It was 3,000 quid worth of under a JCB. There wasn't a lot left of it.
Right, David de Gabriel asks, hi, do you do any other hunting other than what we see on the films? Do you ride to hounds? Do you wear a red coat? No, I can't see that.
No, everything I do, David comes in videos. It's hopefully, but he doesn't.
Pretty well everything.
Yeah.
And
We
what-
have a big issue about taking Andy away. We haven't taken him away. We need to take him away, don't we, Crow?
He doesn't have a
I
passport.
went to Argentina and you never come.
No, I know, that's not my way. No, we need to take him abroad because actually his driven shooting is very good. It is. So we need to do a bit of that, and we need to take him out of the ball. So we need to do that.
We've got a question here about getting permissions. Do any of you have trouble with permissions? You've got a few, yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? Right, so certain Osman says, would Fieldsports ever do a piece on getting permission? And it's not really a problem for you because you've got you're farm manager, so you're the one giving out the permission, aren't you? But I mean, is it something you've ever had to cope with?
Yeah, I have had to go through it. But being a farmer myself, I just knock on farmers' door. They know the big area I am, they know me anyway, so it's not a problem for me. But for people like these here today, you go and knock on a farmer's door and they don't know who you are, they don't know your reputation or anything. That is the problem, and I feel sorry for a lot of these people here today. I've got it on a plate, and I'll get that question, I've been asked that question so many times today. How do you get permission? And it's not easy. It's certainly not easy. It's getting harder as well, because there's more and more people getting into pigeon shooting. Well, I think there is anyway, so... I've had people come down my drive who've got a few pigeons on their rope at the moment, and it's right on the edge of the main road, and some weeks I get 5-6 people come down, and as soon as they see me they know the answer, but I feel bad having to say, sorry, no, you can't go, but it's my passion is pigeon shooting, so I'm going to keep it for myself.
It's also giving something back because Mark Gilchrist did a piece a few years ago, but it's like, what are you offering them? You know, so he would do the rabbits and everything else, but even with the pheasant shooting, you get your pheasant shooting because you help with the cover crops and you put that in, so it's actually helping them in some way because you're getting the benefit at the end of it, but it's a give and take thing, it's a compromise. You need to offer them something.
Yeah, that's right. It's like Dave was saying, some of the places where I go pheasant shooting, I'll do their cover crops, and in return I'll get pigeon shooting. So I'll do 10-15 acres of cover crop, that'll get me pigeon shooting on 2,000-3,000 acres of arable land. So I'm quite in really, but a lot of these people here for playing, they can't offer a pheasant shoot that, they can't offer a farmer a help, but that's the advantage I've got.
So if you saw me walking down your drive, which actually from time to time you do, and I was going to ask you that question, how would I get permission from you to go pigeon shooting on your drive? What do you want me to say?
automatically say, sorry, there's no chance, got people for themselves. And that's how it is on most farms these days. It's pretty well tied up. They stick to the people that they can rely on. The people they can rely on.
So you'd like me to be reliable? I mean, if you were going to consider.
Yeah. And what could you offer?
The people are seeing the opportunity and charging for it now, of course.
They are, yeah. To me, of all the sports that I'd pay for, that is a good day's pigeon shooting. If I could guarantee over 100 birds pigeon shooting, I'd pay for that. But
What are people paying for pigeon shooting?
Oh, they're paying silly money. They're paying anywhere between 120 up to £200, and if you shoot over 100 birds, it's £1 a bird over that. So, but you can turn up somewhere, and if they can say, well, there was 2,000 pigeons feeding on that field yesterday, they go and sit up there, they don't know whether there was or not. You go there, you get charges paid, literally. So.
Literally.
Yeah. I saw a charity rat day sold for £10 a rat the other day. I was quite surprised. Anybody here pay for pigeon shooting? Anyone been asked to pay for pigeon shooting? Well, there's no shame that you've actually been asked to pay for pigeon shooting. Yeah. So I mean, it seems to be a trend. This is probably where the world is going, isn't it?
I'm not surprised. It's really good.
Well, just now we're just talking about you going abroad. I tell you, you've had invitations to Australia from High Country Rob. You've got Henrik Gustafsson wanting to go to Sweden. That's weird. They've just withdrawn all those invitations for swearing. That's strange. Keep it going.
Lovely show, Crow.
And Ben Cycling asked you about the rifle setup, so thank you very much. He was thinking Ticker, T3 and Zeiss. Well, they're both sponsors. Yeah, I'd say go for it, Ben.
Ticker, definitely the Ticker.
Really, you like that?
I shouldn't really say this, but... Can I say it?
Go on. Right. I'm just scanning the audience of one of your sponsors. I think you're all right.
Is there anyone from Glasgow?
Put up your hand. Go on, spit it out.
Best rifle I ever had. Ticker T3. I tell you, it's a dog's bitch, I tell you.
You are so fired.
I'm not going bull shooting now, mate.
Well, I don't care. I'm telling these people what I buy. I'm an honest man.
Right, I have a question here for David from Samuel O'Rourke. It is, how did you guys meet and what made you decide to make a show? No, he says...
Meet Crow? I met Crow because it was when James Marchington was editing Sport and Shooter, and I was still working at ITV, and he asked me to come and join you because you're having a mental day, weren't you?
Yeah, we had a mega day. I knew it was going to be a good day. And I said to James...
We'd only just started, we hadn't been going on.
Yeah,
What was the first show you were in? Do you remember?
Number 69.
Is that your first one?
First one, number 69.
Took us that long to find you, Andy. When I first met Andy, you were slightly cautious, like most of them were. But it's when you put that board down, I think, what on earth has he got tap dancing in the middle of the field for? But then it's like, I don't know if people saw it, but that's because he moves around so much. He literally just starts going down into the mud because he is just shifting and doing his little jig. But yeah, there was I saw the potential.
That was the first day. It all started with me. A friend of mine, like Fieldsports, used to do the magazine, and they asked me to do a magazine article, and I said, it's not for me. It's not sitting up here. Ain't for me. I can tell you. But,
I just say you didn't even speak at your daughter's wedding, did you? Because you were too terrified.
No.
So this is progress.
This is progress, I tell you. Yeah. Anyway, so I said I'd do one article in the magazine. Did the first article, and when I was shooting, there was a lot of pigeons going to a field of soybeans that this chap had tried to grow. A lot of pigeons on it. So I rang him on the Saturday because we shot on the Friday, and he said, I said, can you do a day on Monday? And he said, I can't. But then I said to him, pay to. Because I knew it was going to be a good day. I tried to get hold of David, but David was busy as always.
Proper job.
Proper job. So what are you doing now? Why don't you come now? Anyway, so he turned up. We had a serious day. We shot 477, which was a good day. They said, could we do another article? And I said, yes. I did 2 articles, and that was 10 years ago.
That was 10 years ago. Anybody, any more questions for Mr. Crow, please? Any other hands? Girls, one over there. Hold on a second. Let me get back. We're far enough away from feedback. Here we go.
You obviously try out a lot of pitching gear. You try out a lot of pitching gear. What would you not leave the home with now?
No rush. Take your time. Honestly.
Your organ transport thing.
Yeah, well, that's only from the net and that, and the seat, but I don't use a seat. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know, there's different things work different days. You've got road chair work one day, it won't the next. You've got the FF6, that'll work one day, it won't the next. I don't know, it's just, there's so much stuff out there. But yeah, it's not a very good answer, sorry.
But you also decide how far you're going to walk. I mean, that's important too.
Yeah, if I'm going to walk a long way, I don't take a lot of cartridges, a net in a rucksack, and a gun, and that's about it really. We'll just go from there. But if I was going to walk, I'd take a road tree and a battery. That's where the way I'll go. Because road tree will work 9 times out of 10.
Okay.
Last question. Yeah. Anybody else from the audience? Otherwise, I've got a question. No, right. My question is fibre wad cartridges. A little bit worthy, but that seems to be where the world is going at the moment. And I know you are gradually making the switch, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I think it's a case where everyone's going to have to go fibre at some stage.
When you say have to, you mean like told to?
I think so. I think in the way things are with plastics and that, I think everyone's going to end up going fibre. I've been using it for quite a while now, forced to use it, because I prefer the plastic. I'll probably get told off for saying that, but I prefer plastic, and I think anyone that's going to shoot long range stuff, they're going to say the same. Plastic is a lot better. But the fibre, we can live with it. I can use it. All I've done is just tighten the choke up, and it seems to be performing okay. We're getting all right with it.
Is anybody here giving up plastic for Lent? Yeah, we've got one. A couple of worthy people here. Well done. That's very good.
But a lot of farms these days, they state you've got to use fibre anyway. There's quite a few farms I shoot on. They say fibre only because they've either got stock. But it's just seeing the plastic going around. So
it's like people saying, so with the stock issue, what is the problem? But then you've got talk about the haylage, weren't you, or silage, or the.
That's right. If you're shooting over grasses, like early on in the year, just down one line of trees, I shot that 15 times in about 3 weeks, and I'd had over 2,000 shots down there. And that's a lot of plastic wads out on this hayfield, and that's when they were feeding on acorns. So that's a lot of wads out there, and I use fibre on there. And you can still find the pieces of fibre all the way down there. But if that had been plastic, that would have looked a right mess. And those particular fields are cut for silage in the hay, so that would have been a right mess. So.
And what have you done to your chokes since you started moving over?
I just tightened them up a little bit.
How much?
3/8, 5/8, something like that.
From what? What were you before?
Depends what I'm shooting really. If I'm shooting close up over decoys, street and quarter. But if I'm starting to shoot like I am now with the 5, I've gone up to either half and half, 3/8, 5/8, which is just under half, just over. So, but just tighten up a bit, just hold the pattern tighter for that much longer, and it opens up so much quicker with the 5 wad. You haven't got that cup to hold the shot together.
Perfect. Andy Crow is on the very end of the game board, the blaster stand, and occasionally drops in here. It's very nice to see him. Ladies and gentlemen,
he loves
Andy
it.
Crow.